Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin. I'm joined by the man, of course. We are talking about his team, and his team is doing much better than my team. His team, of course, is the New York Yankees, and they are currently in the final wildcard spot. And I believe this is with Judge battling an injury.
Yeah, he cannot play the field right now, which is making us have to do some mental and physical gymnastics with guys in the field. I do think we should be playing Stanton more in the field, but Boone doesn't want to risk him getting hurt. And actually, I think right now we're the top wildcard team as it stands currently.
Let's pull it up.
But we'll get into it while you look that up.
Yep, you are correct. So the Mariners.
Yeah.
So it goes Mariners, Red Sox, and the Yankees at number 1.
Yep.
Wow.
And this has been a stretch where Stanton has been amazing ever since he's come back from injury. He's batting .306 this season. He has an OPS over 1,000. He has 14 home runs in 45 games. But let's not stop there. Let's do his last 59 games, including the 14 playoff games he played last year. He has 21 home runs in his last 59 games. That's a 58 homer stretch if you were to extrapolate it out over 162 games. That is remarkable. That's a remarkable stretch. And Kevin, what I ask you is, can Stanton keep up into the playoffs and help the Yankees potentially go on another run?
I'm going to be a pessimist and say no. But so this is him coming right off his injury, right? Coming back after.
True, but I'm also including last year's playoffs as well.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, so there's that, and then what he was doing now. And I think there is going to be a dip just given what naturally happens. The player starts playing well, hits. I'm not saying he's going to plummet to 150, but maybe not as high as 300, but goes back to 280, 290, and kind of what he was doing. But it is interesting because you mentioned his postseason numbers, but there was a long break, and he's continuing to do that. So I'm curious, has he changed his swing? Or
well, I know what he's done.
Yeah. What?
You remember the bats?
Oh, torpedo bat.
Yeah, he started doing that last year in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to make it to where he can actually hit the ball where he hits it is the biggest part of the bat for him. I think he keeps it up. Now, will he hit over 300? I don't know, but I think his home run stretch will continue. He's been playing like arguably the best hitter in baseball, because if you include last year in the playoffs, Judge really did struggle. And if you include those playoff numbers with Judge, I mean, Stanton is right there hitting homers. And he's been hitting for average. Last year in the playoffs, Stanton hit 273. This year in the regular season, 306. It's pretty remarkable. He's 35, but he's hitting like he's 25. And if he can keep this up, I do think the Yankees have a chance. But it's only if we can have Judge in the field where Stanton doesn't have to play the field consistently. But Stanton's not been that bad in the field. And Dominguez has, which is why I don't know why every other game we put Dominguez in over Stanton when Stanton is hitting like the hottest hitter in baseball at the moment.
Yeah. So on the pessimist side, I don't think he keeps this up. But it's a critical moment because this is what you need with players when you have a star guy or you're missing the full impact of Judge as he's dealing with an injury. But it's important for an offense where it was Judge carrying a lot of the weight. So it's huge that Stanton is doing that because they were, a few days ago, they were last in the wild card. Now they're at the top and they're 4.5 games back from the Toronto Blue Jays to where there's they're in the race, I would say, of getting back to the AL East or taking over the division, because there's plenty of games left. But the thing is, they're in a playoff spot, which is great. And that's something that if your star player like Judge is dealing with an injury, it's hard to do, but you have someone picking that up. So no matter if he keeps us up, this is huge for the Yankees as they try to figure out how to keep their offense going, especially for the playoffs.
Yeah, when Stanton first came back from injury this year, his first 12 games, he only hit 244, did not have a home run. He was hitting the ball hard, but he was struggling to actually get home runs. In his last 33 games, he has all 14 of his home runs, and that is an average of 69 homers per game. Or not per game, per season. 69 if you extrapolate his last 33 games. Do I think he's going to stay on a 69 homer stretch? No, that is impossible. But I think a 50 homer stretch for the rest of the season is extremely likely. I think that he will stay as a big, major power bat for the Yankees, and I hope that he continue it into the playoffs, and I think he will. He's shown throughout his career. Kevin, we talked about this stat before. His career playoffs, so not this past playoffs, his career playoffs per 162 games is 71 homers. So if you were to use his entire playoff statistics, he averages 71 homers over an 162 game stretch. He's one of the best home run hitters in playoff history, if not the best. And I think that he can definitely keep it up this year. And he like you mentioned, with Judge's injury, his impact is invaluable.
Yeah, and the torpedo bats, him using that makes sense for him because he's someone that has incredible power just with his build and how strong he is. And just getting more barrel on the bat leads to more contact, which he doesn't need to worry about power for that. So that could explain more. That does explain a little bit more in kind of the homer pace. So I'm very interested to see what happens. How does it impact the Yankees? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.